Good afternoon, everybody. Real quick today, I think we're going to go up eventually, but um, let's take it back to yesterday. So, yesterday, we were right here, and if we failed the high or low, I said that there's decent change we trade here. Uh, the part that I could have guided you better on, or that may have had you miss out on this, is the same reason that I did. I thought there would be a big relief bounce at 7777. And that just didn't materialize. You can see a little squirt right here. It did nothing, and then it failed, and we came down to the bottom of the flag. Okay. Usually, what happens is when they fail back test, they're setting up a short squeeze. Now, if you tried the long 7777, this is very little comfort to you, other than to say that. Let me show you how to do the short squeeze component of it. If you tried to take a relief bounce long and it failed, we are down at the bottom of a range now, though. Meaning we swiped out this low, and I'm going to show you a couple things. But so here's where I left you this morning. There's no upside today without 7734. Okay, take that message out of here. Now let's talk about how to where it's going. Okay. So you don't need to time this bottom. It'll happen eventually. Once we pushed above 7734, you're going to target 7757. That's it. That's a solo trade right here. Done. No more after that. Okay. Then what you have to do is treat everything between this and right here as no man's land. We don't know if it's going to make it up higher. But we do know is if this relief bounce is successful, then and we clear 7790, we know that this is all going to turn into a bear trap, and we're gonna squeeze, and we're gonna target 7900 directly. Okay. So let me reiterate. I'm not telling you that this is going to reclaim. I'm saying if it reclaims, we're going to trade 7900. I'm not telling you that this is the low. I'm saying when it pushes above 7735, it is the low, and it'll trade 7757. Okay, so those are two different things. It's very easy to just keep trying to slam the long at the bottom because you don't know how low the low is, but you can see that it can keep going as long as it wants, but once it comes above 7734, it's done. Okay. There is some record keeping today. Riot had a long around $19. I think this is a good long. So we are back into Riot officially. Stop losses 18. Okay, so 19 long, 18 stop. This is in the channel, so probably is not news to you. Not back in Mara yet. I think Mara's soon though. Mara and Riot are in the exact same position. I just choose Riot over Mara, so I don't have to knife catch two things at the same time. The goal here was once we cleared resistance to buy the red candle the next day. Well, I did that for Riot, and I haven't done that for Mara. Okay, so I only alerted one out of the two. Once we close above here, then we'll get back into Mara as well. But let's do one knife catch at a time. Let's not do both of them. I closed Meta. I think it's going to relief bounce regardless, but I don't want to be long anymore because I have been long in Meta for way too long. I've been trading sideways in Meta for way too long. We've been holding this thing for as long as Bitcoin's been trading sideways. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think no matter what, it's going to relief bounce. And then you're like, why not just hold it, get in? What I'm going to do is get back in long above 609. And the reason for that is I needed money to buy an Apple long. So I bought Apple instead. We are going to roll Apple up and to back test this high around 335. Okay, so Apple long 310, stop loss 300, target 335. Yeah, I just think it's the quicker opportunity, so I'm going to go for this one instead. So take the, that means I took, realized, I told you earlier, it was like 11 or 12, maybe even 13% loss on Meta. I'm not 100% sure. And what I'm doing is targeting, a 12% win on Apple, and then I'm going to go into runners on that. These things are bottoming out, though. I'm tired of waiting on Meta, but I will get back in. I will get back in. Another thing that's important to cover is the BTC ES ratio. I stopped talking about this for a while because it's just taken so long, but this to me looks like it's going to bottom. This means that our longs should be Bitcoin adjacent. They already are, right? That's what I've been concentrating on. Here's the deal, guys. I've been concentrating on Bitcoin adjacent longs since, I don't know, June. Well, it's now almost the end of August. So you're like, well, are you early? Kind of. it's been 4 months, but also this pattern has just been trading sideways, meaning Bitcoin and ES have been roughly just chopping sideways this entire time. So you can hold one long or the other long. I'm just simply saying that if you're going to hold one long for the high time frame, I like Bitcoin better, or Bitcoin type stuff better than ES type stuff right now. Okay, so Riot long looks okay. Apple new long looks okay. Meta trim looks, we'll see. I don't like trimming stuff when I know it's going to go up. I just needed the money to take it out of somewhere and put it somewhere else, right? So I did that. I think Upstart's fine. Anything else to note today? I think getting out of AMD was a good idea. Here's the thing, guys. AMD is going to trade higher. I know this. And NVIDIA earnings are next week. I think this thing's going to chop sideways. I don't want to put my money in a bunch of stuff that's just chopping sideways. So I'm just going to like be out of AMD as a trade for a while. So we'll get closer to NVIDIA earnings and see what's going on. But I just think it has a lot of sideways to it now. SpaceX, we are no longer in as a short. Netflix, hey, Netflix is up today. All right. One little bit of good news. Netflix is going up. When the market goes, it should go. We're talking 110 for that. Nothing to do with MVEX yet. I'm hoping I'm good on the Apple long. Just to back test this breakdown right here. Just to back test. Then we'll do something with it. I don't know yet. Oxy, people are asking short Oxy 62. No, you can't short Oxy yet because crude hasn't hit the target yet, and crude's target all the way up here. This does not mean that Oxy's going to pump proportionally. Oxy's in a giant chop range. So here's the idea for Oxy. You can be long if you want. I'm not going to long it because I don't think the upside is that great for with how it trades. You know, I think it's in a big bear flag, but the idea here is it's going to bear flag all the way up somewhere up here, and then if this hits this at the same time crude hits around 140, it's going to be a short. Other than that, I'm not paying attention. I think Palantir is okay still. The long is okay. So no major moves today. Both miners are probably ready, but we're only doing one of the two because Riot was a knife catch, like I said earlier. Yeah. What we're hoping for is full steam ahead Bitcoin. Oh, last thing. I forgot to tell you this, but I already typed in the chat. Bitcoin is leading the miners. That means if Bitcoin pops here, like big pop, right? We get a Bitcoin pop to like 69, 74, whatever. This is what I'm hoping for. Hoping it finally breaks this range and pops, and we will trim that. The miners might move at all, and you might start kicking the tires and being like, these miners suck, they're broken, blah, blah, blah. Miners are behind the Bitcoin trade. So we need Bitcoin to pop. In fact, if Bitcoin pops hard, and the miners didn't move at all, or even better, have a slight red candle, that'll be the time we're gonna enter Mara calls. All right, so Riot stock right now, but Mara calls later if we get the perfect setup for it. I'm not gonna buy calls unless I get a perfect setup though. VIX, we still have room to the upside, so same as before. Okay, so you should have this alert on your chart, 1244 for VIX. That means that once ES reclaims, we should pop. So we're waiting for that ES reclaim. And we're waiting for it to take us to 7,900. Okay, take care, guys.